What's going on YouTube? OCD for EDC here, and what I got for your face balls today is a pair of these guys. This is the American Blade Works Model 1 version 4, and we are going to take a look at them. I've got two examples here, one in micarta, one in black and gray G10, and we're going to talk all about these knives. We also have a little unboxing to do. I've got a couple packages over here. And real quick, if you hear some weird noises in the background, I've got a 3D printer running in the background. So just ignore that. So we're going to go ahead and we'll use the black and gray one here to open up this package. We'll find a good place to cut it. See what we're working with here. Huh. Get this wrapped up kind of funny here. Oh, there we go. We got that right there. And then we have that. And we have this. So we'll start with this little box right here. So obviously these are packages from TwoSun. And these are some brand new models from them. Or, well, at least the two smaller ones are. One, I'm pretty pumped on. I'm excited to see it anyway. Grab a rag here. This thing is covered in oil. But this is the first one. And I do not remember the model on this, but pretty cool looking knife there. You can see it's a Wong design. This one's in 14C28N, and really nice looking shred carbon fiber inlay. Very nicely done. It is contoured. Interesting knife. Just some visual interest, I guess, on the spine of the blade there. I've got a cutout around the flipper tab. Yeah, very nicely done. Quality seems to be very, very good. We will check the factory edges on these as well. So let's get this out of the way. Okay. They taped up this plastic here. I'm assuming this is a kitchen knife. Okay. Boom. More tape. Good Lord. That is a lot of tape. So there is the blade. Did come with a little tip protector, and then we also have got a little plastic blade, like a sheath of sorts. If I can get it out of here, there's so much damn tape around this plastic, it's a little crazy. There we go. So, little sheath here that the blade slides into, and it's got a little bit of a poon on the back of the blade there. Pretty nice looking. This one also 14C28N, but pretty good size kitchen knife. This thing is not not small, that's for sure. So this thing's got to be like a, well, I don't know, 8-inch blade maybe, something like that. Something close to that anyway. Give you an idea there. Throw a little ruler down on this thing. Oh yeah, that's almost exactly 8-inch blade. So pretty good sized knife there. And then we've got this this guy right here, which this one I'm really excited about. Really cool looking knife. This is a brand new model from Mazwan Mokhtar, and I don't remember the number on it, but I know he's calling it the Puffer. Cool looking knife. So this is what you get. You can see here it is a full tang, micarta scales, and the tang does sit proud of the scales a little bit, so it kind of gives you that shadow box effect. It does come with a tech lock, but here is the actual knife. Really cool looking little fixed blade. I really like the kind of broad design here of the blade. There you can see Mazwan's logo right there, and then TwoSun knives, 14C28N. It's very thin, but really comfortable in hand. It's really a 3-finger grip for me, so a little bit smaller. There you go. Give you an idea. Yeah, about 7.5 inches overall length there on the Puffer. But cool little knife for sure. So at the end of this video, we'll check the factory edges on these guys and see what we're working with. Okay, now let's get into talking about the American Blade Works. So these two knives, coming from a company called American Blade Works. I don't know a lot about them. Obviously, they're American-made knives. Says it right here on the stickers. You can buy the knives from their website, just AmericanBladeWorks.com. You can see the website there on the top of the sticker. Sticker is extremely shiny, but there you go, AmericanBladeWorks.com. And the knives come in these, nice little zipper pouch that's embroidered. Other than that, the packaging, they just come in a simple box. So there you go. That's what you get when you order one. Now, both of these models right here on the website, when you can purchase them, they are $185. And there's lots of different colors of G10 and micarta, and otherwise everything else about them is the same. So this Model 1, this gentleman has been making for quite some time. He's gone through several different versions. So there's the V1, the V2, V3, V4, and he's even on to version 5 now. And everyone has small incremental changes and upgrades. These knives are riding on bearings, and all of them are S35VN, which it's kind of hard to see, but there you go. It's etched into the blade right there. And as far as the finish goes, the only option that you have is the scale material. So you can get G10, you can get micarta, or you can get shred carbon fiber. He may have some different variations of carbon fiber. The carbon fiber versions sell for $235, and the micarta and the G10 versions sell for $185. Now, the dimensions on these knives, both of these are pretty much identical, which is really nice to see. So he's doing a good job there. So if you have two of them like this, they're going to be the same size and everything. Which with a lot of smaller makers, that doesn't always happen that way. Just depending on how much of this is handmade versus machine made. But so what you're looking at here is an overall length of 7.879 inches. You got a blade length of 3.214 and a handle length of 4.665 inches. Handle thickness, just under a half of an inch. It's 0.495. And blade stock thickness of an eighth of an inch. So 0.125. These actually measure 0.124, but you're losing a little bit there with the acid etch, but we're talking very, very minor amounts. But the only real difference, meaningful, there's two differences between these two knives. The weight is slightly different, which is really just to do with the handle material. And then behind the edge thickness. So the primary grind on this is a little bit different. So the micarta one is 15 thousandths behind the edge all the way across. And the G10 version is 17 thousandths behind the edge. Again, very, very minor difference. Otherwise, these knives are the same all the way. Same hardware. You have a captured pivot here with the little D shape. You can see the ABW logo in the pivot there. On the opposite side, you can see these are machine-made Torx. I'm assuming he makes all of his hardware in-house, just judging by the look of it. You've got titanium backspacer. You've got titanium liners, as well as hardware. So really nice looking stuff here. And these knives are a little difficult to get just because he's one guy, as far as I know, this is just a small maker, and it's going to be limited on the level of production, or how many of these things he can crank out. And they're pretty popular. A lot of people have shown them off, and so a lot of people are ordering these knives, and they're decent price. I think for what you're getting here, I think the price is fair. In my opinion, these knives are just decent pocket knives. They're not exceptional. They're not terrible. They fall in the middle. They're nice. They're well made. Not the nicest fit and finish I've ever seen. Certainly not the worst. So I just kind of put them in the middle. Like, the design, in my opinion, is just pretty neutral. There's just nothing real exceptional here. But they're nice, so I don't want to give the wrong opinion that I dislike them. I don't. I think they're fine, and I think the price is fine. I really have no negative stuff to say here, other than the aesthetics of it. Me personally, I would like to see an acid wash instead of just doing the acid etch. That's really the only thing about these knives that I don't care for, is just the chalky feel and texture. But that's a personal preference thing. So that's, everybody's going to have a different opinion there. So if you like that look, just the matte finish, it's just not something that I'm real fond of. It's kind of hard to show it off, but it's very chalky feeling. If you've ever acid etched a blade and just pull the blade out, that's what the finish is here. So that's what you're dealing with. On the tie bits, you're talking the same thing. The other thing that's a little bit, if you can hear that, and it's like that on both knives. And the reason it makes that noise is because the pocket clips do not actually touch the scale. And so when you push on it, the pocket clip, let me get the white background, the pocket clip touches the scale. The pocket clips work fine. No issues there. To me, I think he kind of missed an opportunity here. He could have, instead of moving the pocket clip down, he could have made it a little bit deeper carry. You wouldn't even had to change the pocket clip design. And if you had the right length screw, you could screw the pocket clip in from either side. And you could have made this pretty easily a right or left carry. With, yes, you would have had a little milled out pocket, because there is a little milled out pocket that the clip sits in on the scale material, but you wouldn't have had an extra hole there. So he could have used one filler tab. The pocket clip is a straight design, a filler tab, a screw, and screw right into the pocket clip and held all this together. And then the pocket clip is reversible, and that would have been a nice touch. But maybe that's something he'll improve. Like I said, he's gone through 5 versions of this already, and each one incrementally has you know, a little bit nicer fit and finish and features. So I have not handled any of the first 3 versions. So these here are version 4. And I had not handled any of the previous versions, so I don't know, you know, other than just seeing pictures of them. Yeah, I can't speak to those. But, you know, functionally, it's a great little knife. You know, your S35VN, they seem to hold an edge reasonably well. I did not do cut test or really beat on either one of these knives. Neither one of these knives are mine. This one was sent to me by the Apex Pass Around group. This one here was sent to me by one of my viewers, William. And so, you know, I really enjoy getting to check them out and take a look at them. Functionally, they're fine. They've got a decent sharpening choil, which is very nice. The action on them is good. The lock bar, you know, they lock up well. No issues there. The tension on the lock bar is very nice. Neither one of them has lock stick or anything like that. Both of them lock up very well. So, you know, really the only functional issue, and again, it's not even really a functional issue. The fact that the clip stands off of the scale, you know, to me, it just kind of speaks to the way the clip is designed. These go in and out of the pocket fine when the clip is off like that. I'm assuming if the clip had too much tension, they wouldn't go in the pocket very well or come out one or the other. The way they are is fine, but it just, that noise, it seems, you know, just grabbing the knife and you feel it. You feel the clip move, or, you know, you hear it when you touch the clip. That's kind of a bummer. So to me, you know, redesigning the approach angle of the clip from both directions would be a welcome change, just so you could put a little tension to keep the clip tight to the scale. That would just make it have a little better, you know, a little more solid feel. That, and then just the aesthetics of it. I personally am not a big fan of just the acid etch. I would much rather see the acid etch and then stonewash. I like that look better. So like this is a stonewashed blade right here. I like the stonewash look. So acid etching and then stonewashing, I think would be pretty nice. Real quick, I'll show you the difference between these two from the weight. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head. I know there is a minor difference here. I think the G10 one was the heavier of the two. So 3.53 ounces, you know, and we're looking at 3¼ inch blade. And the micarta version is 3.267. There you go. So about a 1/4 ounce difference between the G10 versus the micarta. You can't really even tell, you know, in hand. As far as ergonomics go, it's just okay. It's not the best thing I've ever had in my hand. It's not the worst. You do have a kind of a forward choil area here. It's a little bit small, but the flipper tab, you can kind of pull back on that area. Otherwise, you know, again, it's, you know, not the best ergonomic thing I've ever had in my hands, but certainly not the worst. It's good, you know. So, like I said, being able to change the clip, I think, would be a really nice welcome addition. But other than that, you know, they're pretty nice knives. And to get something that is 100%, you know, U.S. made for under $200, I think is a really fair deal. I certainly think that the price is right in line with where these knives should be. And, you know, if this is your thing and you like the acid wash, or not acid wash, but acid etched blade, then, you know, I think you're going to really enjoy this knife. You know, it's got quality materials. It's U.S. made. You're supporting a local maker, which is awesome. For some reason, I'm thinking this guy's out of Pennsylvania. I could be wrong on that. I don't remember it. I think his name is Mike Martin or Michael Martin. But you can go and check out his website. And like I said, they do sell out quickly because they're a well-made knife for a fair price. And I think that's really fantastic. So that's really great. The aesthetics, not my favorite thing ever. But like I said, they're a well-made knife. So there you go. American Blade Works, Model 1, version 4, cool knives, definitely worth the price of admission here. And you're not getting beat up. Personally, I think the 235 for carbon fiber, I would take the G10 or the micarta over the carbon fiber. To me, the carbon fiber isn't worth a $50 price difference, but that's just my own opinion. And I like G10 and micarta. So for those that really have to have carbon fiber, you can get that as well. But cool knives, and definitely if this is your thing, go and support American Blade Works, an American maker, and that's awesome. I love to see it. So if you like these, they're definitely decent value. You're getting good materials for your money here. So that part's fantastic. So let's set these off to the side. And we can do a sharp and edge test on these as well, but just understand that these have been used. So these are not factory fresh. The micarta one was factory fresh when it came to me, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. This one was not, so I have no idea how much use has been on this knife, but we'll check it out and just see what we're working with here. Yeah, it's pretty dull. Five. Oh, I didn't even have it on screen. Not paying attention to what I'm doing here. It was 555, but like I said, these have been used considerably, and that one likely has been through a whole bunch of people in the Apex Pass Around group. So that is you will definitely get a much better edge than that when you purchase the knife, no doubt about it. So that is we're just having a little fun here. So this one here is probably a little better. But again, it has been used. So yeah, 220. So much better result. But this one here, you can see that it's been used a lot, which I figured was the case. All right, let's get into these brand new knives that we opened up here. We'll start out with this one. Again, I don't remember the number on this, but pretty cool little knife, definitely. Ergos are decent. It's a little bit cramped for my hand. It'd been a little nicer if this went straight out. It's just kind of pinching in on my hand a little bit, but not terrible. Someone that's got a little smaller hand than myself, this would be just fine. So 210 on that guy. So not a wonderful result, not terrible. For a factory edge, we'd like to see under 200, but anything under 350, you're still shaving arm hair. So all right, let's take a look at the old kitchen knife and see how this one does. Oh, this is a Wong design as well. I didn't even notice that. Here we go. Oh, I gotta tear out the scale here. $160. So definitely needs a little stropping. I don't know, it feels pretty good. Yeah, we'll have to look into that. But for whatever reason here lately, I don't know if maybe TwoSun just growing and got some new employees or something. They used to do some pretty good factory edges right out of the box, and not that these are terrible. but they're just not quite as good as what they used to be. But they're also selling a lot more knives, I think, today than they used to. So, you know, increased production, a little less time and effort going into each one, probably. Who knows? But here we go. Here we go. 180 on the puffer. So that one's the best one out of the bunch. Or no, I'm sorry, the kitchen knife was, but the best pocket knife anyway. So there we go. We got the American Blade Works version 1, or I'm sorry, Model 1 version 4, and then a few TwoSun knives there. Really digging the puffer for a little fixed blade. It's just a cool looking knife. The swedge across the top, some jimping. It's a cool one. Mazwan does great designs, so really cool. But check out American Blade Works. Go check out the website. I don't know of any dealers selling the American Blade Works stuff. I think you have to go visit his website. But check them out, and if you're digging the look of those, go pick up a knife. All right, guys, thanks so much. We'll catch you next time. I'm out.